Intergalactic terror strikes the small town of Onet as a blazing extraterrestrial object crashes in the night. The Earth now faces imminent destruction by the universal evil threat known as Gigas. Armed with a cracked baseball bat, a cookie, and an ATM card, a courageous boy named Ness vows to save the planet from the hideous destruction. He must first find his heroic companions, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. Will Ness succeed in his attempts to ambush countless frightening monsters as he travels? The ultimate test lies in the impending encounter with the all-powerful Gigas. This is Earthbound, developed by Ape Studios, published by Nintendo, released in 1995, and it's part of that Earthbound and Mother franchise, and I'm going to try really hard to stay on topic, because there's so much to talk about in this game, and there is so much interesting stuff about this game, and I'm just going to start off right now by telling you all that I own a copy of this game, and I own the book that came with it, and I say that because apparently it's a big deal. Had a buddy over many years ago just visiting, checking out some video games, and he demanded I take a picture of him holding the Earthbound cart just so he could say he got to touch one. This is a role-playing game. Second entry in the Mother series that was first released in Japan in 1994, North America in 95. We have to travel the world and collect 8 melodies in order to defeat the evil alien force of Gigas. It's got a lengthy development period that spanned 5 years. Its returning staff from Mother included the writer and director Shigesato Itoi and lead programmer Satoru Iwata, as well as composers Keiichi Suzuki and Hirazaku Tanaka, who incorporated a diverse range of styles into the soundtrack, including salsa, reggae, and dub music. Most of the other staff members had not worked on the original, and the game came under repeated threats of cancellation until Iwata joined the team. It was scheduled for release in January of 93, but was not completed until May of 94. Themed around the idiosyncratic portrayal of Americana and Western culture, Earthbound subverted the role-playing genre by putting everybody in a real-world setting while parodying numerous staples of the genre. Itoi wanted the game to reach non-gamers with its intentionally goofy tone. For example, if the player uses items such as a pencil eraser, you will erase pencils, experiences in-game hallucinations, and battles piles of vomit, taxicabs, and walking nooses. For the American release, the game was marketed with a $2 million promotional campaign that sardonically proclaimed, "This game stinks." Additionally, the game's puns and humor were reworked by localizer Marcus Lindblom, and the title was changed from Mother 2 to avoid confusion about what it was a sequel to. Initial reviewers had little praise for Earthbound in the United States, where it sold half as many copies as in Japan. Critics attributed this to its combination of simple graphics, satirical marketing campaign, and lack of market interest in the game. However, in ensuing years, a dedicated fan community spawned which advocated for the series' recognition. Starting with the first installment in 99, Ness has appeared as a playable character in each entry of the Super Smash Bros. Series, which helped popularize Earthbound. By 2000, the game had become regarded as a sacred cow amongst gaming's cognoscenti, with multiple reader polls and critics naming it one of the greatest video games of all time. It was followed by the Japan-only sequel Mother 3 for the Game Boy Advance in 2006. In 2013, it was finally given a worldwide release on the Wii U Virtual Console, following years of fan lobbying, making its debut in territories including Europe. It is a traditional RPG style with some changes. Gameplay-wise, it is very traditional. We replace magic with psychic points rather than using an overworld map. The world is entirely seamless. There's no differentiation between towns and outside worlds. Another non-traditional element is the perspective. It uses an oblique projection, while most RPGs use a top-down view or an isometric perspective. Unlike its predecessor, Earthbound does not have random encounters. We see an enemy on screen and can either try and avoid it or run into it to start a battle. Currency is indirectly received from Ness's father, who you also call to save the game. After each win, Ness's father deposits money into a bank account which can be withdrawn with an ATM. Only if you have the card, though. If you don't have it, you don't get it. Earthbound takes place about a decade after the events of Mother, a fictional country of Eagle Land. We start as Ness, who investigates a meteorite crash with his neighbor Pokey to find his brother Picky. Divine and alien force, Gigas, has enveloped and consumed the world in hatred and consequently turned animals, humans, and objects to malicious creatures. A small bee-like creature from the future instructs Ness to collect melodies and a soundstone and preemptively stop the force, but he is killed shortly thereafter. The party continues to travel across the world, meeting people, saving people, and just kind of getting involved in all sorts of stuff, trying to make things better in the world. I could go on and on about this for probably easily an hour, but I will not. I will just make sure that you know that this is a fantastic game. You really, really need to play it. If you've heard bad things about it, ignore them. Find out for yourself. I played this game a lot before it finally clicked with me what it was and what it was supposed to be, because I was so used to Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, games like that. And once this game clicked for me, absolutely loved it. And I've Let's Played it 2 or 3 times. I'm going to be Let's Playing it again. And I have got such an idea for this Let's Play that it's really going to be a thing when it happens. It's going to be probably my biggest project ever, and that's saying a lot. Because this is the second one of these I've done. By the way, Earthbound's child protagonists in ordinary American setting influenced South Park co-creator Trey Parker. So there you go. You got that to look forward to. I just can't tell you. I cannot tell you with words how great this game is. You just have to try it. You have to try it. You have to understand it. Yeah, I can't even. You just have to play it. But be on the lookout for the Let's Play. Probably next year, 2020.